here as far as secondary tournaments are concerned. First things first, today being that is Monday, 16th of March 2026 in the building is all about a sports edition as usual, which is going to start from local scenes and national scenes, and that is international scenes which are coming on your way. UEFA Champions League returns tomorrow night with a lot of incredible games which shall be coming on your way right there. To start it from home, friendly games are still continuous as far as Uganda, USSA, Uganda Secondary School Sports Association preparations are concerned by the secondary schools. Today we saw a lot of games were played in Koboko at St. Charles College playing grounds. We saw that is at St. Charles College where 3-0 winners over that is their football TV tournament team. Then at Nyarlo Primary School playing grounds, we did see Koboko Public Secondary School were in action against that is Koboko Soccer Academy. Also at Ombachi Oruku Stadium, we saw Ombachi Pride Sports Club where 3-1 winners over that is Obora Senior Secondary School. Proceeding to that is the media sub-county side, we saw one interesting game between Alpha Senior Secondary School, one of the newly founded schools within Koboko, tussling it against the media sub-county selected team right there. All these games were in form of that is all in favor of the clubs right there. Meanwhile, tomorrow we shall be seeing also games coming on card where we shall be seeing Nyarlo Senior Secondary School at the Nyarlo Primary School playing ground that shall be tussling it up against the media sub-county selected team, which is coming on your way right there. Taking the focus to other stories as far as Uganda Secondary School Sports Association games are concerned, taking it to that is a Kayunga district before coming to, in fact, before crossing to Kayunga. Terego, Maracha, Arua City, we have Obongi. All their games are set to start this coming Friday, 21st of, in fact, the 20th of March 2026. With the verification or the briefing of players of which the games are commenced officially on Saturday right there. Very good one for Terego. A lot of things right there with three venues. We have Tia Primary School playing ground, we have Chilio Primary School playing ground and Aripia Primary School playing ground are the venues for these games. Meanwhile, in Obongi, we have that is a dual parent primary school playing ground is the venue. We have Obongi Senior Secondary School, and that is Obongi Central or else Riverview Stadium is also another venue for those games respectively. Taking it, that is Arua City Panduru Stadium is into the mix. Arua Primary School Playground is into the mix. Also not forgetting that is Elfra Stadium, and the final being set to take place, and that is Ababet Greenlight Stadium right there. Taking the focus to the eastern part of Adjumani. Adjumani resumes. Adjumani became the first district in West Nile to start their USSA tournaments, where we saw very interesting game between the champions Obongi, not Obongi, Komponi Comprehensive versus that is BA Senior Secondary School at the Parade Stadium. The most amazing thing is the USSA organizing committee of that is Adjuman district have come with regulations to make sure they avoid the crowd in these games by charging big games or else by charging the games. All these games are meant to be at the Parade Stadium, then where they charge gate fee for these games, and also Sase playing ground is also one of the playing grounds. That is the playing ground of Sisia Girls Primary School in Adjumani sub-municipality. Those of you who doesn't know, Adjumani is soon acquiring that is a municipality right there, but as per now, they are still town council right there. We did see points being spoiled between the defending champions St. Daniel Komponi, comprehensive of Adjumani versus their Senior Secondary School at Parade Stadium. Gate people kids was 1,000 shillings, adults 2,000, and VIPs was 3,000, where VIP section was with full of people seated at the Parade Stadium in watching the game, and the game showed total discipline and total portrait right there. Taking the focus to Kayunga District this year around, only 6 schools registered out of 12 schools for USSA tournaments down there in Kayunga. The games are also meant to start on that is the 4th of April 2026. With only 2 schools are proceeding, in fact, proceeding direct to semi-finals. 3 groups In fact, two groups, and each group having three teams, where in a group you will play only two games, you proceed direct to semi-final. That is the Kayunga District. Amazing. Also in Jinja, to take it at that is a national-wide, still in the secondary sector. In Jinja, games kicked off today with Jinja Progressive at locking horns with that is Jinja Progressive are local horns with that St. James right there. Jinja Progressive beating them with very good goal margins, up to 5-0 right there. Something so amazing. Could it be opportunity for Jipra to overturn Jinja SS is the $1 million question waiting from each and everyone down there. We also have in 5th division games, as far as the Koboko DFA is concerned, a lot of games were played on card where we did see Lima Golden Stars shared spoils with that is a Longra, or Red Stars at that is a Longra Primary School playing ground. Meanwhile, at Prejako Primary School playing ground, Bamure were trying were held on 0-all draw by that is the Equatorial Football Club. Yaya All Stars 2-0 winners over Lurujo at that is the Metino Primary School playing ground down in that is the Nyaitan Kasula. Right there, 80 games are in different places are on with a lot of games going to that is the same finals right there. You speak about Arua City. Appreciation has to be given to the likes of Kimnaza Tinga, the likes of that is Susu Odumodu, not forgetting Vidal for having organized such kind of tournament right there. Also in Kuru Town Castle, schools like Kuru SS, schools like that is yes, Kuru SS been eliminated by that Saloon Soccer on penalty shootouts after winning 90th minute did see 1-all draw, and they are ejected on penalties by 5-4 respective right there. Now also at the K Primary School playing ground, the games are also on card as far as ED is concerned. When you speak about that is Palaja United appreciate impact proceeding to semi-finals. You speak about that is the Lobe Town Council Football Club, and not forgetting Baby Star Munduale Football Club also into the mix right there. Breaking the focus to regional wide, you speak about Nile Zone and Nyagak Zone respectively. 4th division games are meant to kick off officially this coming Saturday, where we shall be seeing a Koboko's based club, Tipstar Football Club on Friday, sitting at home to welcome that is Ottoman United, not forgetting on Match Pride on Saturday, traveling away from home to take on that is West Nile United down at Loma Primary School playing ground in Yumbe, and in some of the encounters we shall be seeing at the Parade Stadium, Jumantan Castle at Tassolet up against Moyo Town, up against Young Villa in Mali Derby. Meanwhile, in that is Chelete Stadium in Moyo, we shall be seeing Moyo Town Castle sitting at home to welcome Sunrise or Fure over Marata right there. Narrowing our focus, that is a 3rd division where is a regional league tournament is concerned. We did see a lot of games were on card. Pakwati youngsters are away from home at that is Pantru Stadiums where 1-0 winners are over that is the Lia City Football Club. In one of the interesting games that we did see, Okokoro at Alipo Primary School playing ground did lose to the Totalians, the Total Football Club by 2-0. Meanwhile, that is the Koboko Rising Stars at St. Charles College Koboko were beaten by Arua Airfield by 2-0. Most interesting game where center referee official that is Angopinto Norman of Terego retired was a game at Leju Stadium. We did see Odramachako Football Club spearheading Paida United by 2-1 right there in that very good encounter. Talking point has to be all about the Total Football Club now. Playing 4 games, playing 3 games as far as that is regional league is concerned, winning back-to-back is something so amazing, accumulating up to 9 points. Seems one of the trending points as far as it is concerned. Narrowing focus, however, going away from regional league, it is all about the Football Big League, which is coming on your way, where we did see on Tuparaka Football Club picked their maximum point against that is Karo Karunji by a goal to nil, not forgetting Navy Central went riot by beating that is Wakiso Giants by 4-0 at that is Luo ground. Meanwhile, Paida Black Angels are also 1-0 winners over that is a team in the names of Tunga Sazi right there in the table standing on. Tuparaka seems to be into the high climax of surviving relegation right there, only sitting at 30 last position. Just a win for them. We'll see them going up to from that is a 14th position. We'll be seeing them coming up to 12th position. Something so amazing for them right there. Taking it away from there, crossing to Uganda Premier League, where we saw a lot of goals are scored as far as the Uganda Premier League games are concerned. Lugazi at home were beaten by that the KCC by 3 goals to 0, not forgetting an Express Football Club winning by 3 goals to 1 against the URA Vipers, winning only a goal to nil against the Midigo Calvary. That seems to be one of the underrated sides right there. You have the team in the names of Gaddafi Football Club were beaten by Sports Club Villa by 2 goals to 0. Meanwhile, Maroons were trailed on 0-all draw against the UPDF. Bull Football Club registered the same scoreline with that Zamfara City Football Club, and Police at home were beaten by NEC Football Club by 1 goal to 0. Innocent Media, that goal happens to be the difference in this game right there. We have Chitara, like earlier on that we did inform you, in Bunyora Chitara Derby at Hoima All City Stadium down there did edge Buhimba Saints United by 4 goals to 0 right there. In one of the games which are coming on your way as far as the Uganda Premier League is concerned, we shall be seeing most amazing derby between Maroons Football Club and that is Bull Football Club. Express sitting at home to welcome Police, and not forgetting UPDF sitting at home to welcome Barara City, the Ankole Lions, and not forgetting NEC sitting at home to welcome URA. Lugazi also sitting at home again in an advantage, back-to-back home games against Gaddafi Football Club. Vipers sitting at home to welcome Chitara Football Club, and Calvary sitting at home to welcome Buhimba Saints. AS Villa in the last game of the week shall be tussling up against KCCA. Most amazing thing as far as the games are concerned is the game between NEC Football Club, not NEC but rather Calvary playing Buhimba Saints. Remember, this is a team, this is the rock bottom derby, a team that sits last. That is Midigo Calvary with only 5 points. They are welcoming Buhimba Saints, also the team which is ahead of them. Relegation derby is coming on Yahweh is something which is so amazing right there. If Calvary portrayed the same system they had against the Vipers, definitely things could be working well for them right here. And also in one of the encounter is the game between Vipers and that is Chitara. Remember, Chitara are in second position and Vipers are in first position right there. So the winner between Vipers and Chitara definitely shall be in the table. If Vipers loses to that is Chitara at St. Mary Chitende Stadium, definitely Chitara will be going ahead of them by a goal, in fact by a point. Meanwhile, if Vipers beats Chitara at home, they will be extending the point difference by 4 right there. Something so amazing which is coming on your way as far as those games are concerned. We did see also in CAF Champions League, this is at the continental levels, where we saw CAF Champions League in Europe is called UEFA Champions League. In Africa, it is called CAF Champions League. We did see a lot of games were played on Canada. First game in South Africa, Mamelodi Sundowns of South Africa were 3-0 winners over State Malians of Mali, not forgetting AS FAR were trailed on 1-all draw against the Vistas Pyramids, the defending champions. Meanwhile, RS Berkane registered the same scoreline against Al Hilal. Then AS Tunis were 1-0 winners over Al Ahly right there. Some of these games are coming on your way, or else India League games are coming on your way right there. Taking focus to that is the international stories straight away to European champions. It's all about English Premier League games which were played on Canada. Teams seems to be withdrawing interest now, and Arsenal, the Ghana, seems to be taking it all now with the games that transpired during the weekend. But nevertheless, up to 7 games are to be timed when the Gunners will be the champions right there. After staying up to more than 20 years without winning, could it be a chance for them to win this time around? Is the result, in fact, $1 million question which is coming in the comprehensive results of the games which are played between, that is the English Premier League teams. We did see Burnley were trailed on 0-all draw against Bournemouth. We have Sunderland beaten at home at the Stadium of Light by Brighton by 1-0. We have Chelsea at the Stamford Bridge were beaten by Newcastle Football Club. Meanwhile, Arsenal Football Club at Emirates were 2-0 winners over Everton. West Ham did disappoint the rivalries Manchester City by 1-all draw. Crystal Palace, despite getting red card, were trailed on 0-all draw, and Manchester United went riot by beating Aston Villa by 3-1, and that is Old Trafford. Not forgetting Nottingham Forest registered the same scoreline between Crystal Palace and Leeds, 0-0 right there. Last game we did see yesterday was a game between Ancelot's never walk alongside, that is Liverpool Football Club and Tottenham Hotspur. which ended a 1-all draw right there. Now tonight, Monday Night Football, we are seeing one big game on card. Brentford Football Club and the Bees are coming against that is the Tough More guys, Wolves Football Club right there. This game is going to be exactly at 11 p.m. East African time, which are becoming on your way. And then in some of the next games which are coming in English Premier League, perhaps you as viewer to have your determination, your judgments, whether is it done and dusted for some of the teams in English Premier League right there. We shall be seeing a Bournemouth sitting at home to welcome Manchester United. Meanwhile, Brighton welcoming that is Liverpool Football Club. Fulham sitting at home to welcome Burnley. Not forgetting Manchester City, they will be welcoming Crystal Palace. Everton sitting at home to welcome Chelsea Football Club. Leeds United will be sitting at home to welcome Brentford Football Club, and Newcastle, after beating a team in the names of that is Chelsea Football Club, they are sitting at home to welcome Sunderland Football Club. Aston Villa, after being beaten by Manchester United 3-1, they are sitting at home at Villa Park to welcome West Ham United. Tottenham Hotspurs are sitting at home to welcome rock bottom team, that is Wolves, and Aston Villa sitting at home to welcome, not Aston Villa, but rather Arsenal at Emirates sitting at home to welcome the team in the names of Bournemouth right there. So these are things which are coming on your way as far as the next English Premier League games are concerned. Perhaps to take some of the games and have some personal input or else analytical aspect about them is one of the crucial games is the game between Tottenham Hotspurs and that is Wolves. If you look at Tottenham Hotspurs, they have to take this game as a determinant game. Remember, if Wolves will beat them, it will keep boosting Wolves more chances, although they looks to be having 70% of being relegated right there, because Tottenham Hotspurs, the return of players like Pedro Porro from injury seems to be booking the team. It goes down into the tactician who sits or else who stands at the touchline for team Tottenham Hotspurs. It will be a sad news if a big club like Tottenham Hotspur goes for relegation. It will be something. So remember being the second champions of Europe, winning Europa League, and also next season you are going to conquer. In fact, that is a relegation zone. Something quite that is a pity and not amazing right there. And also in one of the games is the game between Manchester City and Crystal Palace. You know, Crystal Palace are coming against the Manchester City. They love scoring and they love disappointing Pep Guardiola's side. If Pep Guardiola goes with the same mentality of using the midfield that has that is Rodri, Bernardo Silva, Nico O'Reilly, that is not all that much experience compared to midfield that has that is Rodri, Cheki, and that is Philip Foden. You'll definitely know that things are not working well for Team Manchester City right there, because you have Antinori, you have Matheus Nunes and Kusanov alongside that is Ruben Diaz, who are so solid, not forgetting even Mark Guehi, who are good in defensive line. And just a matter of playing the cards, playing the keyboard rightly as far as assembling the midfield is concerned right there. And also a game between that is team Everton Football Club and Chelsea. Remember, Everton will be having up to 3 guys available. I speak about Jack Grealish, who is going to be available in there. Not forgetting that is their star guy, that is Beto, who are going to be returning against Team Chelsea as far as this game is concerned. Meanwhile, if Liam will continue with the upset, in fact, they are having Alexander Garnacho upset in the starting squad, where nothing like creating chances up front, not utilizing, no backup for that is João Pedro. Things are not to be working well for Team Chelsea Football Club. Chelsea, to my own perspective, has very good team. Just a matter of assembling the team. You have that is Pedro Neto to the right, Alexander Garnacho to the left, and that is João Pedro leading in the attacking force, completing the midfield to be supported by those attackers. If you have Moses Caicedo, if you have that is Cole Palmer in role, the number 10 role, and being supported by Enzo Fernandez, the Argentine international, you have a good team to go. Just depending on the mid-defensive line where you will keep rotating things now and then like that. Not forgetting also that is the Arsenal's game with the Bournemouth Football Club. Remember, Arsenal are looking forward to acquiring the trophy done and dusted, or else winning the trophy done and dusted, because they know more draws Manchester City will play will give them high price of taking it all, and they have to use all the games into expectation, win the games, and Arsenal has versatile players as for now. No one could believe that Arteta will come into aspect of bringing that the dormant. They are Youngland in that game. Trust me, if Arteta had no interest and trust for this young guy English forward, we would have seen Arsenal playing 0-all draw in that particular game, and it would have given Manchester City also still to have opportunities in this game right there. But nevertheless, things seems to be done and dusted. You should not forget to follow the next program of that is Lighter TV, which is coming on your way for today. It's done and dusted right here in the building. For the gossips, let us link tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm promising to the viewer outside there, we shall be strictly coming to analyze that is UEFA Champions League games. I am bringing for you one of the big sports analysts within the region who is coming tomorrow to join me here, just with the purpose of analyzing the second leg of quarterfinal of round of 16 UEFA Champions League. Remember, we have a Saturday for local sports, and tomorrow's purpose why we have chosen that is a Tuesday to analyze UEFA Champions League. Could it be exit door for English teams? Is the $1 million question that each and everyone will be expecting, answers which are coming from my great sports analyst who will be joining me in the building here. Yes, as for now, I am out from here. Bye bye. Let us meet next time.